Hi guys, and welcome to Aggressive and Unstoppable. The games get intense when I'm involved, and of course I'm your host, Hilda Manika. Guys, you know why we're here, you know why I'm excited, because UFC 309 is happening this Saturday, well Sunday for some of us, in New York City in Madison Square Garden. Perfect time to do a video in the afternoon. It's raining, so you can absolutely hear the cars loud and clear, but of course we don't care about them. UFC 309, I am beyond excited because, guys, legends are on this card. It's been a card that everyone has been anticipating for. You know what? Let me not waste any time. Let's just get into it. UFC 309, we have got the big dogs. So starting with co-main event, we have got Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler. Where do I even begin with the Chandler drama? Okay, so we know Michael Chandler was supposed to fight Conor McGregor, I want to say sometime this year, because it feels like years ago, where they were supposed to fight. Apparently they were set for UFC 300. Conor pulled out, and then they were set again for UFC something. Conor pulled out. He claimed that he hurt his pinky toe, and this and this. The dog ate my homework. So many excuses under the sun that was so unnecessary. So Michael Chandler has been, right now, he holds the record of being in the longest training camp anyone has ever seen. This man has been training for the whole year. He beat Robert Whittaker's training camp, hence with the Shemaev drama. Also, Robert, what was that? He literally like broke his jaw. And to make it worse, he had mentioned it in some media thing that he was doing. He was like, oh, I have a pre-existing injury, my jaw, rah, rah, rah. And then literally 10 seconds later, man's jaw is literally like on the floor, teeth are mangled.
Yeah, fun story. So when I was 19, I broke my jaw and shattered all my teeth. And they had to put a metal plate there. So the skin kind of, if you had a plate anywhere, it bulges. So I kind of had like a bulge on my jaw here. And it looked funny, so I grew the goatee out to hide it. Never shaved it off.
Brother! Ah! Anyways, Hamza did his thing. Anyways, back to UFC 309. You see, I get too excited about UFC. So Michael Chandler versus Charles Oliveira, this is their second time meeting again. Because why? We know the champ has a name, and the champ is Charles Oliveira. Da bungs. Yes. Show me the money.
Oh, show me the money, huh? Show me the money.
I don't even know why we're even doing this prediction video, because we know it's going to be a landslide. I am hoping and praying that Charles Oliveira delivers, because that man has been through the ringer and he's now a father of 2. He just welcomed a baby. So excited for Charles Oliveira, and he made this like really cute bout for the baby. I was like, oh, you know what? Things are looking up for Charles Oliveira, because things had been life. Hi, Charles Oliveira Shem. So we know Charles Oliveira, he's got excellent jiu-jitsu, and Michael Chandler is a great wrestler. I think he's an Olympic champion in wrestling, so we know his ground game is top tier. And in the first time around when they fought with Charles Oliveira, we know that Michael Chandler got knocked out, because Oliveira, he's got knockout power at the end of the day. And he's very good at submitting people. Like Charles Oliveira's skill of just climbing on you and like latching on you like a leech, and then choking the air out of your lungs. That's one of his specialties, and I'm hoping that he'll be able to showcase that this weekend, because that's the Oliveira I want to see. That man, he fights with his heart on his sleeve, and he has won the majority of the crowd, including myself, with the way he just presents himself when he wins, and then he cries, and then he'll like, it's hard not to root for him. I'm not saying Michael Chandler is a big bum or anything like that. I love Michael Chandler, but when we're looking at the two of them together, my heart goes up more to Oliveira. And of course his skill speaks for himself. Michael Chandler, I love the guy, I love the passion. He's got the dedication. Michael Chandler has been knocked out more times than he has knocked out people. So we know based on their record. So Charles Oliveira is 34-10, and Michael Chandler is 23-8. So 23 wins, 8 losses, 34 wins, 10 losses. Oliveira is younger than Chandler, so Chandler is 38 and Oliveira is 35. However, age doesn't really come into play with these two guys, because they're really good and they look fit. They don't even look their age. And Michael Chandler is looking better than he's ever looked his whole entire career. Oh, he always looks fit. Michael Chandler is always on that strict diet. But when it comes down to it, I think prediction and style-wise, Charles Oliveira, he's got it. As long as he does not get cocky and think that he can do what he did in the first round. Because we know that Michael Chandler, he's got something to prove now. He's been out of like the fighting game for 2 years, waiting for the lottery ticket fight that's Conor McGregor to happen. That didn't happen. So it means you're not fighting for 2 years, but you're in training camp for those 2 years. Training camp and fighting in the ring, completely two different things. We could be wrestling with Kamaru Usman, we could be sparring with anyone else in the world, but it's different when you are in the ring with your opponent, because it's lights are on, it's game time, you know what I mean? So, and also Oliveira hasn't been fighting as much. Life has been going on in the light heavyweight, so it's been pretty busy in the light heavyweight bout. But anyways, prediction time. I think Charles Oliveira is going to do what he did in the first time. He's going to submit Chandler. I want to say Chandler might have it, but all my bets are with Charles Oliveira. That's who I am rooting for, and I understand that the crowd and everyone else might not necessarily be for Charles Oliveira, but Charles Oliveira, I reckon Charles Oliveira is going to do what he did last time and submit this man. Everyone is always rooting for Charles Oliveira. Who isn't? So yeah, that's my thoughts and my predictions on UFC 309. I cannot wait, guys. I'll be staying up like to catch this fight.
I wish they would let me next door so I can spit in your fucking face.
You know I would absolutely kill you if you ever did something like that,
You
right?
could never kill me.
Oh, I bet you I could.
Then you should try, John. You really should try,
No,
John.
I would literally kill you. I'm not saying I would fight you. I said I would kill you.
So what is that like being John? Like, what is that like thinking there isn't another man on the planet that could do anything to you in hand-to-hand combat?
I'm very interested to see how much Stipe's got left in the tank.
For the heavyweight championship of the world, Jon Jones, the greatest mixed martial artist of all time, will defend his title against the greatest heavyweight of all time, former champ Stipe Miocic.
This is what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object.
The greatest of all time, ladies and gentlemen, Jon Jones! Stipe Miocic retains his UFC heavyweight title.
Now we're moving on to UFC 309, and this is the main card. We have got Jon Bernie Jones with Stipe Miocic. Hi. So much to talk about. Jon Jones is just, I hate to say it, but the best. Regardless of his up and down record of drug use and being arrested, domestic violence, and all of this stuff that he drags along with him, when he comes into the octagon, he's ruthless. And we saw that with his last fight against Ciryl Gane. He didn't even give Ciryl Gane a chance to showcase what he did in his training camp, which is so disappointing and so disheartening for poor Ciryl Gane. And I mentioned it earlier that I think Ciryl Gane was already defeated because of just the star power that Jon Jones possesses, because it's Johnny Bones. Have you seen that man? Just his clips, just it's his montage, his compilation of just his fights, or even his upbringing. Man, it's scary. He's a legend, that one. And we know where Jon Jones stands right now in his fighting career. So we know he's fit. We know he's back in his A game. He's never lost it. And then we've got Stipe Miocic. He has got more miles on him. Stipe Miocic's problem is that his birth certificate is that now he's 42, if I'm not mistaken, even 46. I think, let me double check on that. Yes, Stipe Miocic is 42. So Stipe Miocic is 42. Jon Jones is 37. Age definitely plays a factor here, because 42, guys, let's not play with it. It's not like Cristiano Ronaldo type of 42. It's a Stipe Miocic type of 42. Different fields, different sports, different requirements of physicalities and durability. Stipe Miocic is 42. He hasn't fought in 4 years, or 3.5 years. If we round it up, 4 years. His last fight, he got knocked out by Francis Ngannou, and it was a brutal fight, that one. Brutal. And the last time I saw Stipe Miocic, he was a guest in one of the UFC matches. He was walking with a cane. He had a limp. And as much as I wanted to see this fight, Stipe Miocic versus Jon Jones, I don't think it's what it's going to be. It's just one of those fights where Stipe is saying, I'm doing it for the people, I'm doing it for the crowd. Two greats, two legends at it. And I think this is where Stipe Miocic wants to go out on a big stage against a big opponent. Whether he wins or loses, it takes away nothing from Stipe Miocic, because at the age of 42, going into training camp, and there's something called ring rust as well. And Stipe hasn't fought in 4 years. It's different from in a training camp or sparring or doing a bag. It's very different. It's very, very different. And we know where Jon Jones stands. He's fit. He's just fought Sarangan a couple of months ago. I think this is where Stipe Miocic might retire. It's not fun being 42 and still going at it. And we know Stipe Miocic's greatest strength is his threshold and endurance. And as the fight prolongs, he gets better. However, will Jon Jones even give him that chance? Do you get what I mean? Like, Jon Jones is just so skillful. He's got a very good high IQ of fighting in the ring. The reason why I say that, for those who don't know Jon Jones, and why I'm saying he's got a very good high IQ, in his fight, he was fighting, I'm forgetting the opponent's name. He was losing, Jon Jones. But then he studied how this man was fighting in the middle of the fight and beat the man, because that's what we call IQ.
It's just, guys, let me explain something to you. Jon Jones is a whole nother. I consider Jon Jones the greatest combat fighter of all time. Jon Jones is a killer. He is the greatest combat fighter of all time. Period. End of story. There's not even an argument. Did I mention to you guys that Jon Jones is the greatest of all time? Did I mention that?
Now, I'm just going by what he said. Right. He said Jon Jones was afraid of him. Do you believe Jon Jones was afraid of Francis?
Not only is Jon Jones not afraid of Francis, Jon Jones is the baddest fighter to ever live. Ever. In any combat sport. Listen, I'm going to say it right here, right now. The greatest fighter to ever live, ever, is Jon Jones. When you look at Jon Jones has never lost a fight.
Wow.
Because when you really think about fighting, put two guys in a room and who comes out? Jon Jones walks out of that room every time. Anybody deny this guy is the GOAT anymore? I don't think anybody would deny it.
And I don't know. It's going to be a fun one to watch, because this is heavyweight and you can never rule anything out. That's the thing I love about UFC. You can never rule anything out. Nothing is ever set in stone. You can never celebrate early and be like, oh yeah, we know it's going to be a landslide, because all it takes is luck and a silly, simple mistake. And that's all it takes, you know? And I want to say Stipe Miocic. I know. It's not what majority is saying. I want to say, when it comes to predictions, I want to say Stipe Miocic is going to beat Jon Jones. How is he going to do it? I don't know. Where is he going to get the courage? Where is he going to get the power? Where is he going to get the stamina? I don't know. But at 42, I am rooting for that legend Stipe Miocic, because I want him to go out on a win. And I think he can do it. I really want to hope and pray and think that he can do it. I know what you're thinking. I've lost my cuckoos. But yeah, I say Stipe Miocic. What round? I don't know. Could be submission, could be knockout. Just imagine if it's a knockout. Bite my tongue off because of like excitement. But yeah, so predictions for UFC 309. Stipe Miocic is gonna win. By what? I have no idea. I just want him to win and go out on a win. But of course, my brain is saying Jon Jones is gonna do it. Majority is gonna say Jon Jones is gonna do it. based on the facts that I've mentioned earlier. But the thing about UFC is a sport that always keeps you on your toes, and it always is full of surprises. One blink, you might miss it. Go to the bathroom, miss the whole fight. So stay tuned for UFC 309, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know in your comments what you think. I really want to know who you guys think is going to take it. Anyways, guys, my predictions: Viva Brazil! Yes, the Bronx. Guys, I love that man. I love that man. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell for more.